Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to another video. I've been wanting to show you this for a while. This is probably going to end in tears because it doesn't look like it's going to work. But let's give it a whirl. Come on. There it is. So this is... I've been trying to do... Well, just before I start, I've been trying to do Wonderswan colour games, Wonderswan games for a while. And you've probably seen some of my feeble-ass attempts at doing it. This is probably the best way that I'm going to be able to show you. So, let's do it. Now, I've got some understanding of the game, because I've played through it slightly. It is wholly and completely in Japanese. However, it's basically a roguelike game. If you've ever played Rogue or any of its incarnations, you'll know what to expect. If you're not familiar with Rogue, it's basically it's a role-playing game. It's random dungeons that have been created. I mean, I think it's Sword of Fargo on the Commodore. I think that's a similar kind of thing. You can get tons of roguelike games. If you type in roguelike into Google, you'll get an absolute stack of games. You start off in the overworld, which is this. There's shops and various other things. Not overly sure about the story, for obvious reasons. But basically what you do is... Let's bring it in close. Basically what you do is you go into the mysterious dungeon and basically try and get as far as you can. So we're on the first floor now. Now, the item descriptions and the traps and pretty much everything in the game is in Japanese. However, you can get used to it. A lot of the items are distinguishable by their icon, and you can usually get away with... You don't know everything exactly, obviously, but you can usually get away with knowing like what's healing, what isn't. The way you attack in the game is you present yourself against a baddie, and then you just let your bar build up as best as you can. That improves your chance of attack, and then it's just a case of twatting the baddies. Typically what would happen is, well, there's magic and stuff like that, but typically what would happen is you have cards that basically affect how magic is used and that kind of thing. You have different claws, I think they are, hoofs, whatever, which give you different abilities and different attack strengths. There's your saddles, they give you different abilities, and you basically just have to go as far as you can. If you die, you lose everything, and you'll start again at level 1, but with an understanding of where you were. And you can escape if you have the items with which to do it. So I'm at level 9, which is, in my opinion, that's not bad. I think I've done quite well there, considering. I've found different items that allow me to get out, escape the overworld, and go back, escape to the overworld, sorry, and go back out again. And if you can put up with the Japanese, you've got yourself a compulsive game here. Let's go down to the 3rd floor. Again, the thing to bear in mind, guys, is it's completely random. The enemy placements, the map placements are completely and totally random. Basically, there are maps of sorts, but you have to hunt them out. You have to basically hunt the game out, in a sense. And I'd have a problem with that. Some people might do, but I'd have a particular problem with that. The flames, I'm not entirely sure what the flames do. You can read books, and they do stuff like that, which I'm not entirely sure what they do, to be honest. I've not worked that one out yet. But I've reached a point in the game where I'm actually quite powerful, and I can defeat the first few floors quite straightforwardly. That was a trap. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I totally recommend this game if you are a Wonderswan owner, because it kind of encapsulates what a Wonderswan's about, really. It's for the Wonderswan Mono, it's for the Wonderswan Classics, so Although I'm playing it on a colour, it's designed for a classic, and it's by Square, so you know you're going to get something that's pretty in depth. And yeah, I totally recommend it. My advice, guys, is if you're going to collect for Wonderswan, it's very interesting, Wonderswan, because typically there are a lot of Wonderswans that you can get on eBay, and there's a lot of Wonderswans you can get from places like Genki Video Games or Genki Video Games, and they seem quite cheap. The games seem quite cheap. Be wary, because a lot of the games are in Japanese, and they have a lot of Japanese in-jokes, and there's a lot of things about them that are slightly off-putting. However, having said that, I'm a massive fan of Japan, so not off-putting to me. You'll find a ton of franchises on the Wonderswan that you wouldn't expect. Denshi Digo is one of them. I might even do a video on that, actually. And there's a ton of games that you would expect. But what's surprising about the Wonderswan is the library. There's tons of cool Capcom games, tons of cool Square games. It's worth tracking them down if you have a bit of spare cash and you're a bit of a collector. I recommend doing it. Okay, guys, what I'll say to you is, have a good one, and see you on the next vid. I'm probably going to do a bit more Wonderswan as well. But yeah, I've been having a bit of an hard time with this one. Just before I go, just to let you know, this one nearly broke as well. This one nearly broke. I've been having a real hard time with my consoles of late. I managed to revive it though, and it's not doing too bad. Alright guys, have a good one, and see you on the next.